And managing the information is so simple as seeing the information per se. So we can see an AIP, an archival information package information. In this case, we are seeing the metadata of a specific AIP. As you might know, an intellectual entity, hereby represented as an AIP, is composed of metadata and data. As I said before as well, for RODA, which actually supports different metadata schemas, RODA supports different metadata schemas as well. For example, AAD 2002, Dumpling Core, etc. Actually, after having the information ingested, extra description metadata files can be added through the web user interface, which will be logged for accountability purposes, including having a premise event saying that the user X add an extra metadata file through the user interface. All of that is recorded for accountability purposes. Actually, RODA supports a set of metadata schemas as default, but any other schema can be added later on as long as it is XML based, because we use XML schema validation to make sure the metadata is well formed. And actually we use XML or XLTs in order to transform information to be indexed and also to be presented. Here we are seeing an HTML form of the XML file, and this is done because it is XML based and it is done via XLTs. So as I said before, we can support multiple metadata schemas per record. We can see extra information about the intellectual entity per se, the IP identifier, when it was created and by whom, when it was last updated, its level, its type, and the permissions that can be manipulated directly in this panel. Also, we have a set of options related to managing the AIP, namely moving it in the hierarchy, changing the permissions to download the whole AIP, I mean the metadata and the data, or simply some preservation metadata or the documentation itself. In terms of managing the repository, we can also have access to different statistics about the repository, from things related to the ingest processes, from file format distribution as we are seeing here, and this is all configurable and can be and new statistics can be added as required by different entities. Okay, so they are configurable. As long as we have the information in the repository, we can create specific statistics for a specific set of information. It is configurable. And we have statistics about the intellectual entities per se, the AIPs, for the representations, files, events, and so on.